What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And you're welcome. Welcome back to 2 Beers and a Whiskey. New Year's...
Sound it out.
Eve edition.
New Year's.
We're already fucked up. Smoked some cocaine before this. That was the joke.
You can afford crack. Like, don't fucking...
That's sweet.
You don't have cocaine money.
Sweet
You don't
rock.
have cocaine money.
Okay, so I was going to say, is crack more expensive than cocaine?
Oh, no. No,
not.
crack's cheaper.
Significantly
that's why,
cheaper.
Yeah, that's why, more of the lower income-based...
I know we said this in the last episode, but I
Clientele.
did have a neighbor once that cooked crack.
Hey,
I
man.
bet.
No, they cooked meth.
Yeah,
I thought meth and crack were the same.
No, we're in central Pennsylvania. They do meth.
Yeah. Yeah, crack is like for when you want to get rid of those pesky teeth.
Yeah.
Meth does not remove your teeth.
Meth rots them away.
Yeah, well,
I've seen my fair share of meth mouth around.
But a lot of times people are like, oh, he smokes crack, black teeth. We're getting off topic.
Normally,
I know a
like-
lot about meth from Breaking Bad.
Normally, like, if you're a trucker, truckers and meth go hand in hand. It's normally the...
Here's a fun story. One time when I was working at Flying J, because we used to sell pizza there, and we used to get, obviously, truckers a lot. But Flying J Pizza, by the way, don't sleep on it. It's good. This trucker came in wearing a trench coat. It was cool, a little chilly out, early spring.
You got massive erection.
And he was looking at the pizza, reached in his coat pocket, pulled out a little baggie of white stuff,
Yeah.
opened it up, goes, closes it, puts it back in his coat pocket, and goes, I want that piece. And I was like, oh!
Yeah, he just did some fucking coke.
Yes,
Some
sir, okay.
crack. Listen, because crack and coke, keep you up. It's like almost like high-speed Adderall. Like, it just keeps you up.
Dude, those truckers, man.
Listen, you gotta fucking make that bank.
They-
Sleep when you're dead, dirtbag.
They're fucking wild. They're wild.
Yeah, listen, yeah. Gotta make that guap.
Poop it on the floor and...
Gotta make that cheddar.
All right, if you don't know, this is our podcast where we review a specific beer of the week. This week we have Sam Adams Fresh as Hellas. Hellas?
Probably hells.
Hellas. It was you. The whole time it was you. Oh, look at
Blown
that.
up.
More interruptions for the show. Thanks, Paige.
That has a different smell to it.
Does it smell like orange blossom? Now, this is advertised as Hellas Lager with orange blossom. Sam Adams. What do you think?
It's not bad. I've never tasted a beer like this.
It's smooth, that's for sure.
Yeah. I have never tasted... Have you ever tasted a beer that... Normally there's something to kind of... Oh, that's kind of like this. I got nothing for this
Tastes a
one.
little bit like shock top.
It does taste. I see that. I do see
See,
that.
I don't see that.
I taste the
as
orange
weedy.
blossom.
Yeah.
It tastes the orange, but not as weedy.
Or maybe like a high-class blue moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
So, before we jump into the actual show, we have to talk about the TBAW challenge. So, last week's challenge was Pedro. You needed to finish Legend of Dragoon. How'd you do with that?
That's what the fuck I did with it. I didn't finish it. Fuck that game.
How far did you get?
I didn't get to disc 2. Like, I was about to get to disc 2.
Okay, see, if you got to disc 2, I was going to give you a point.
No.
But you didn't, so I'm not...
No, that game can fuck right off.
Okay.
That game can fuck
I
right
don't want
off.
your pity point.
I don't want your fucking pity point. You're right.
Watson, your job was to play Police Knots on the Sega Saturn?
Yeah. I was not fully prepared by the giver of the challenge. There were just some discrepancies. The game would not fit on the fucking screen. That being said, what I did play, I enjoyed.
You had 2 weeks to figure it out.
I did, and that's why I will concede to that because I waited the last minute to do it.
You gonna take that L?
Yeah, I'll take that out.
Fucking L right on the chin, you fucking wanker.
But if I would have done it right away and I saw that screen didn't fit, I would have told you fuck right off.
I came with a TV for you.
Right, fucking TV.
There you go, asshole.
How'd you make out, Seth?
My challenge was to watch Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
Rouge.
And did you succeed?
No.
Did you even watch it?
No.
Fucking failed miserably.
This is what I was telling the guys before the show, is that my challenge was so easy and required so little time, which was just the 2 hours, sit down and watch the movie, maybe get a little drunk while I'm watching it, that I didn't have to commit to it. And I could just do it last minute, and that's what I was telling myself, like, you can fucking do it tomorrow, and then I just forgot.
And I didn't remind you.
You didn't remind me.
I wanted you to take that L.
Take that L.
So now we've got
3 L's.
the the point systems go as follow. Me and Watson are tied with 1 point. Pedro has 0. But hey, you're just getting started, buddy.
Absolutely.
You're just getting started. You got a lot of time to catch up. I have faith in you because I really truly believe that this motherfucker's going to drop out of more challenges than me and you.
Well, you just set them up so Watson can't do them because they require, initiative and motivation.
Watson, you can't eat sausage next week.
That's not your actual challenge, is it?
No. So, that being said, though, let's jump into our challenges this week.
All right, challenge time is up.
Watson, why don't you get us kicked off with your challenge
All right,
for Pedro for the next episode?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pedro. Between then and now, what I want you to do every night, it doesn't have to be a lot, but I want you to keep a journal, if you will, of the day's events summarized.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Just kind of in a funny way.
Okay.
Like
Does
maybe
he have
highlighting.
to read them back to us next
Yes.
episode? Okay.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be a journal
Yes, he
without
does.
it.
But nothing crazy. You don't have to write a whole lot. Just like a brief
Actually.
recap of the day.
Okay.
Maybe some funny moments you can bring to the table.
Got another
Actually,
formation?
I would.
Yes, I do.
I would like Pedro to put specific super hyper detail into this.
I can describe.
It's not your challenge, so fuck off. I don't. You put detail, but don't.
I
Not
got
long.
you. I
Not
got
length.
you. I can handle this.
When I'm
not trying to take up your whole
down
fucking
in
day.
bed tonight, my bed squeaked in
Squeaked a little bit.
such a way.
That's right.
Such
In
a
the
way.
note of C sharp.
Yeah, C sharp. And when I farted, there was just a pinch of fecal matter. And it
Sounds like
stained- and it
a
stained
fucking
in
Morgan
such a way.
Freeman reading. He's like giving all these details.
I got that. I can handle.
Yeah. Pedro, your challenge, my friend.
You, Mr. Slycast.
Mr. Slycast, indeed.
So, I've been trying to goad you into catching these hands in this game for a long time,
Here we go.
and you've been ducking me.
Oh, have I? I don't think
have.
so.
So, your challenge is twofold. Your challenge is you will beat Persona 4 Arena,
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up in this game.
and once you beat Persona 4 Arena, you and I will have a grudge match
Mm-hmm.
in said game.
Let me see the bad boy.
We'll have to film that.
Who makes this? Arc System.
And also, Merry Christmas.
This is mine?
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah,
I've been looking for this forever.
I know.
Pedro, you're so sweet. Thank you.
I hope there's no disc inside.
It is heavy. There must be a manual in here. Oh, yep. Alice pulling through.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Pedro.
me, buddy.
I appreciate that. I hope you're ready to catch these hands.
I'm going to crush you.
No, we'll see. Excited about that. Can you put that over the desk, Watson, please? Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, Dragon Ball Z's coming out in 2 weeks.
You're fucking dead, buddy.
Welcome to my world, Grandpa, because you're about to get fucked up. I don't fuck around with Dragon Ball Z. I will literally rape you in that game. Even though that game does not allow it, Sword Art Online, Power of Will, gonna rape you. Alright, here we go. Watson's challenge. Now, Watson, let me give you some backstory on this. Been playing that Batman Telltale,
Oh, fuck
Season
me.
2, and it got me in a real good Batman mood.
Girl.
Got me in a real good Batman mood, who is, of course, the second best superhero next to Spider-Man. And, I started reading Batman Hush, my favorite graphic novel from Batman. It tells a lot of relationship between Batman and Catwoman, has a lot of parallels to what happens when a man falls in love, and breaks him down, breaks his spirit.
Yeah, man.
So, Watson, you have a unique challenge this week, which is to play through
Yeah, that's not unique. That's the same thing.
Batman the Telltale series.
Girl.
Now,
What are you so disappointed about?
that's a solid
That is
challenge.
a fucking great challenge.
That's not a bad one. I know
It's
you
only
like
5
Batman.
episodes. It's only 5 episodes long. You fucking. It literally takes no skill. You fucking follow the prompts on screen and you just enjoy yourself.
Yep. You can sit there. You can have a glass of whiskey, maybe
Yeah.
a beer, maybe 2
How-
beers
how
and a
long
whiskey.
How long are we talking this?
Less than 10 hours.
All right.
Yeah, it's real. It's not super long.
so simple.
It's very entertaining because
Very, very well written.
it's a choose your own adventure, right? You get to choose your choices. Do you want a badass Batman that kills people?
Or do you want to be a bitch
can
ass
have it.
Batman? Beta.
Nah, I want to kill people.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So
Hashtag beta.
you want to bang Catwoman
Yeah.
and betray your friend?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, who fucking.
Fuck him.
Did you see like when
Which friend?
when you get to make that choice, it's like 90% of people.
Yeah. Everybody bang Catwoman. Now
Yeah, I'll play your fucking.
here's what I'll say about that. The best Batman game that's ever come out,
Oh, absolutely.
without a doubt.
Yeah, hands down.
And here's what's really cool about Batman Telltale is they turn everything on their head. You don't know who's a villain, who's good. They changed the whole origin story of Batman. They changed all the origin stories of the characters.
It's really good.
It's a fresh start.
You're
It's
gonna
awesome.
like that, Watson. I'm excited for you.
I think he's gonna like it too. As long as you go in and be like, you know what, this is a good game.
I like Batman. I don't like the Telltale shit, so I'll give it a chance.
Give it a
You ever
chance.
played a Telltale game?
Yeah.
Which one?
Game of Thrones.
Oh,
See,
Game
that
of
one
Thrones sucks.
Yeah, that one's not that
Game of
good.
Thrones sucks.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of the first Walking Dead one that came out.
I mean, that one's
You gotta enjoy the subject matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's also gotta be a good game, not Game of Thrones. Did they ever release season 2 of Game of
No,
Thrones?
I think that game's dead.
That's when you know it's a bad game,
Yeah.
and they fucking don't do season 2.
Yeah.
All right.
That game thoroughly sucked.
Yeah. All right. So our challenge for next week, Watson. I'm gonna be really disappointed if you don't play that. It's gonna hurt me greatly.
That's a layup, Watson. That's easy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's what we call easy pickings.
So when do I have to challenge you? Does it have to be before the next episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
That should take you about 5 hours to get through.
Well, I'm gonna play through that and Ultimax, and then I'm coming for your ass.
We can play Ultimax. We can do that.
I'm coming for your ass. Get all that training, and then I'm gonna take that knowledge from Arc System Works and go right into Dragon Ball Z.
I'm going to crush you.
Dragon Ball
I'm going to crush your
Z.
spirit.
Yeah. So, all right, Pedro. I believe we have a question from one of our fans.
Now, do we use the term fan
Yes,
like
he is a
loosely?
fan. Nope. He's a fucking ball sucking fan.
He's a fucking ball sucking fan. Because like this comment, while I engage our listeners to comment on our fucking, on our videos, but this comment shows me something very glaring.
You missed a fucking episode, Austin.
Yeah, fuck boy.
2 episodes. We talked about it twice.
So from a one, is that Ostindo?
I don't know though, because this is a very
Was it
specific
Ostindo?
part of high school.
Was it Ostendo?
It's Austin.
Tendo?
It was
Austin
supposed to
Do?
be Nintendo, but with Austin, so it's like Austindo.
Ostindo?
It's Austin Eller,
Ostindo?
former representative of the Arnhem Network.
Do you have an
What
address?
the fuck is the R&M network? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Barry.
Do you have an address on this guy we can put out there?
I do actually have an address for Austin.
Yeah, he's on the UGA campus. If you see little guy with glasses, tell him he's a fuck.
All right,
watch
answer
the fucking
read the
podcast.
question.
So, topic suggestion. It is often stated that your high school years are some of the best years of your life. Does this hold true for you three? I've always been curious about this, as Seth knows. My high school years were pretty much a living hell and absolutely the worst years of my life, thanks to some extraneous circumstances. Excuse me.
All right.
Keep up the good work, guys.
So let's
thank
blaze. Thank you.
Fucking.
You ball sucking fan. Yeah, thank you very much. So let's talk about this real quick because we have talked about this in the past, but I want to just touch up on were these the best years of our lives? No.
No, not definitely.
Pedro liked his high school years. Said he had a blast,
Well,
but
certainly not.
Good
No.
time.
it's funny because someone asked me this the other day. I forget who it was. They asked me if I missed high school when I
No
left.
one misses high school. Like, that's a fucking definite
I just
no.
had this conversation. I forget who it was.
Work.
No, it wasn't at work. It was I don't know.
And if you say yes, like, clearly you picked.
It's irrelevant. But I said, nope. People always told me I was gonna miss high school when I graduated.
Who fucking lied to you?
Dude, everyone said that. They're like, oh, you'll miss it when you're gone.
No, you... What?
I left and I never looked back. I said,
yeah.
fuck all those people.
Yeah, no one misses high school. Like, it's fun to see your buddies and everything like that, but, no.
I hated school. I hated the idea of school in general as well. Like, I hated how you didn't get respect in school from your teachers or the administration. And then I went to college expecting it to be a little different. Oh, we're all adults now.
That's
like,
worse.
we're paying. And they treat you even worse in college.
Well, yeah, in college you're a
Like,
fucking pissant to them. Like,
Yeah.
out of class, like, I don't know how big your class sizes was, but, like, when I went to college, like, my class size were, like, 300. So, like, why would they even bother to show you that genuine respect? Because, like...
Well, I like just in general, like, I try to respect everybody, right?
Well, yeah.
But you go to like the administration, like say you had to talk to financial aid or whatnot, and they just treat you like you're fucking garbage, and like the tone they use, the way they talk to you, it's like you're bothering them. Like, I'm sorry, is my tuition not paying your fucking salary, Debbie? You cunt.
Sounds like you personalized a lot of this.
I really had a horrible time in college. Like, fuck that
Well,
school.
that's why you went to Penn College.
People seem to like it there, but
I mean, no one really likes it there.
I don't know.
They only go there because they have, like, decent degree
I
programs.
also like how they goaded me into fucking video game design at Penn College, where they were like, "Oh, we have a great college. 90% of our graduates get jobs in their field or whatever bullshit they spew." And then they're like, "Oh, we started this new video game design." And I went there 4 years in, right? They just started it. It was pretty new. The professor had no fucking clue.
Well, did you look up, like, any notable alums or anything? Like, did you do any research?
For like video game design, it was brand new.
Yeah, but you said it was 4 years in.
It was 4 years in. Yeah, but how's anyone gonna be notable 4 years into the video game? Like 1 year into, because they would just would have graduated, right, when I came in.
Still, but somebody would have went to work like somewhere notable. Right?
When I came in my first year into video game design, that first year was just graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Like a buddy I went to high school with graduated with video game design from Pentech, and he helped me through it.
Yeah.
Dylan Murray, good guy. Yeah. But the professor had no reason to be in that degree. She had no idea what she was doing. She actually said, "Don't ask me questions. Read from the book. Learn from Google. I'm your last resort." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Fuck you."
What did she work on?
She was like some web designer or some shit. I forget. Like she had no video game like knowledge, video game design knowledge. It was ridiculous. She had knowledge of the industry because like that was her thing. Like she looked into it, but like.
Yeah.
Some of it was wrong too, because at the time that was prime time R&M, right? Yeah. And I knew all about the video game industry, and I was going through these slides. I'm like, that's fucking dead wrong.
Yeah. What's an R&M? What is
that? I don't know.
Watson, you know what that is?
So
some like social club.
But as far as high school years, I know me and Watson both thoroughly hated our high school years. I mean, like, I had some fun memories, but not high school like in general related. No.
High school was sweet. Like it was all right. Like
wrong.
It depends on what you made of it.
It angers me that we're even talking about high school. That's how much I hated my high school experience.
You know, if I can play sports, you have the typical high school experience. You know, you hang out with your buddies afterwards, and that's
I played sports.
Yeah. You guys sound like your high school was like just super divisive. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
That's hitting the nail right on the fucking head.
But I will toss some love at Jersey Shore. Is it area high school or just high school?
Jersey Shore area senior high school.
Senior, what the? Yeah. Anyway, so was it?
Or Jersey Shore area school district.
Anyway,
JSASD.
For making guys square dance, but they get some fucking shade because there's no video.
I never square danced. I got out of
it. Isn't Vicky still mad at you for that?
Yeah, probably.
Good.
Ooh, what you saying?
So yeah, Austin, if you want to really hear that in detail, watch the fucking podcast, asshole. And I hope the Bulldogs lose to Oklahoma.
All right.
Boomer sooner.
Jump into topics. Who wants to start this week's topics?
Watson does.
No, Watson doesn't start. Watson started the TBAW challenge. So Pedro starts the topic.
Jesus Christ.
What's your topic this week, Watson?
I'll tell you after Pedro's done. You want my topic?
Yeah.
You want it right now?
Yeah. What's your topic, Watson?
Please, I wish that would have been like a dick pic when you opened his phone.
What's your well-prepared topic, Watson?
Watson's always prepared.
New Year's resolution.
Boom, bitch. He was ready.
He wasn't ready. He just thought of that just now.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Greatly angers me when you come to the show without a topic because you have a fucking 2 weeks to think about it.
You had 2 weeks to watch Moulin Rouge. It was 2 hours. Get the fuck over yourself.
Yeah, I love it.
You had 2 weeks to play your fucking Sega Saturn game, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Something you would have enjoyed, and you were like, fucking retarded.
Pedro's.
I didn't want to talk about New Year's resolutions. I think, in general, New Year's resolutions are stupid.
What?
I think they're dumb because you set all these goals for yourself, and then it's like no one ever fucking meets them
because people don't set realistic ones.
No, do massive goals.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna lose 200 pounds. Yeah, okay, okay,
well,
Susan.
My
Susan from accounting.
My resolution, the only thing I wanted to do for myself this year was I wanted to try and stay on keto for most of the year. I wanted to try and stay on keto, a keto diet for almost the entire year.
Swing and a miss.
How's beer fit on that?
It doesn't. So this is probably going to be one of the last episodes I have either beer, but they do make keto beer. They make 0 carb beer. It's going to be all whiskey.
Oh my god.
So on the final episode of 2 beers and a whiskey.
No, you guys can have beer. I can have whiskey if it's the title more.
What? So we're not allowed to have whiskey now? Speaking of allowed to have whiskey,
why?
Very special bottle of Duke Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Very good whiskey.
Outstanding. Is that your only resolution, Seth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not setting a goal for like lost weight for myself or anything. I just want to try and be healthier, sleep better, have more energy. You know.
So you won't pound like fucking 600 Rockstar energy drinks?
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit.
That's not even exaggeration. I bet I did pound over 600 Rockstar energy drinks this year.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So why are you off the Monster bandwagon? Because I feel like
you gotta rotate.
See, I can't drink because like when I drink these other energy drinks, I feel my kidneys start hurting. So like, and I feel like that's a bad sign.
Maybe you have like a
Get stronger kidneys, Coke.
Yeah.
No, I want to do keto. You know, a lot of reasons. Weight loss, not all of it. Just
I feel like I need to
trying to be healthier, trying to get back in karate shape so I can be a good example for my students. Just a lot of stuff. Yeah, cheaper. You're not buying snacks constantly. Only eat 1 or 2 meals a day. So, but you don't crave it. Like when you're on keto, you're not hungry. So,
Really?
yeah. Because what happens is you turn your whole body into like a fat burning machine because it only has fat to burn. I got a lot of fat to burn, so like you don't crave food. Like you used to be like, well, I haven't eaten in a while, so I should probably go cook a steak or something. But
Maybe I'll do that with you.
So that requires you cooking.
that's the problem. See that's where I fail.
Say you'd luck out if I did it too because I'd cook all your meals.
Yeah.
So a secondary objective would be to cook more.
See, Watson, I don't think you could do keto.
Oh really?
We're talking no fries, no
That's easy.
pizza,
Why no fries?
starch.
Oh, no starches.
No, because you can only have less than 50 carbs a day.
Yeah.
0 sugar, less than 50 carbs, all fat. So like, no pizza, no potatoes, no fries.
Nope.
Yeah.
See, what eliminates me
fries are potatoes. Fuckface.
So what eliminates me from that is rice. Nope, can't do it.
You know, can't eat rice.
You need rice.
I'm Hispanic.
No breaded things. So if we get wings, we gotta get them non-breaded. But I get great foods as well. I could do bacon, steak, wings,
I hate bacon.
all the
What?
meats.
Yeah, bacon's disgusting.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's serious.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, with
Give me
flavor.
that drink. For white
Fucker, I
people
bought
only. No, the whiskey.
Oh,
You really don't like fucking bacon?
Not really. No, not a bacon guy. I had a really bad experience with bacon once. I used to be on the bacon bandwagon. I used to be all about the bacon.
I feel like there's no bacon bandwagon. It's just universally
No,
accepted.
no. Because when the bacon betrays you.
When the bacon betrays you. A novel by Pedro Carrasquillo.
2 beers and a whiskey. When bacon strikes.
So when I was in college, we had like, you know, when you're on a college campus, there's always like the buffet one that you can go to. So they had like gourmet night one night. So it was all this fancy food. So I see chocolate on a stick. I'm like, this sounds interesting.
Chocolate on a stick.
So I fucking...
That's a very Mexican thing.
So I indulge. I'm like, all right. I'm like, chocolate. And then there's fucking bacon in it. It was chocolate-covered bacon.
Chocolate-covered bacon is disgusting. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So, like, when I tasted the chocolate, and then the bacon kicked in, and I was like, these are 2 things that don't fucking mix.
Yeah, they don't. I had last year for Christmas, I got a chocolate bar with bacon bits inside
disgusting.
of it.
Disgusting. I'm all for, diversity and all these things, but these 2 fucking no.
Yeah.
Fucking no. And that led me to no longer, every time I think of bacon, I remember that horrifying memory, that traumatic experience. I threw up. Because, like, you just, you ever just taste something you're not expecting to taste? Like, you ever feel lied to?
Like the vomit jelly beans from Harry Potter?
Yeah, like those. But even with those, like, you have an inkling that they're in there.
Yeah.
So you're like half mentally prepared.
You're half mentally prepared.
It's like playing Russian roulette, and you're half expecting to commit suicide.
Who's the fuckface that was like, you know what? Let's get vomit flavored jelly
I think
beans.
someone who's using their noodle there. Because why would you
fucking sell?
Yeah, right? Because
that bean boozled shit.
Yeah. But yeah, the bacon betrayed me. So.
One time, Robert, we were probably in 8th or 9th grade, and I'm sure that when he gets on the show, this is a story he's gonna tell. We were doing the Harry Potter jelly bean thing, and he got all the vomit ones,
and ate them all.
And he tried to shove them in my mouth, which ensued into a brutal wrestling match where I would throw Robert into a submission, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm done!" I was throwing Robert like arm bars and kimuras and wrist locks. I was like, "Stay the fuck away from me!"
Why weren't you during this putting beans in his mouth?
Because I was just trying to get away. I didn't want these beans in my mouth, and he was very adamant about raping my mouth with these beans. And I'll get to the point where I was almost breaking his arm. I was like, "Are you done? Are you done?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm done." And then he'd let go. We sit there, and he'd lunge at me again with his beans in his hand, trying to shove them in my mouth. And I'm like, "My man, I gotta hurt you," But what were we talking about?
New Year's resolutions.
Watson, what's your New Year's resolutions?
I'm still up in the air on mine.
Oh my god. The most unprepared topic in TBAW history.
No, I would like to set the goal. I would like to clear 2 belt ranks this year.
I'll tell you what. Now that I know that's your challenge, guess who's not getting a brown belt this year? Clear 2 belt ranks, like, because you're about to get your green belt. So you want to get green and purple this year?
So what constitutes clearing a belt rank? Like,
He's got to learn all the necessary knowledge to get to the next belt rank.
Like taking a test?
Oh yeah, he has to take a brutal test. I get to smoke this motherfucker for 2 hours.
I don't get it.
How long was the last one? 2 hours.
Not long enough.
That?
Jeff ended the last one.
Explain that one. Like I don't get it.
Karate test, Pedro. So basically, my job as a tester in karate, when it becomes, is that I'm no longer Watson's friend. I'm Watson's slave driver.
Okay.
And I have to push him to his breaking point and make sure he can still perform his techniques under immense pressure.
So you beat the fuck out of him and tell him to do some techniques?
No, I'll put him through the most
He'll
rigorous.
make me beat the fuck out of myself.
I'll be like, oh, well, you can't do any more push-ups? Let's squat against the wall, sir. And it's little squats against the wall, and I'll be like, oh wait, I need you to hold this 6-foot bow staff by the tip at arm's length.
Inherently the hardest thing he ever had us do. That was the worst.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You wouldn't understand unless you were in martial arts.
It's not clicking.
Every style has their own sort of test. Karate's is like
Basically, he wants to see that at the point of physical and mental stress and muscle failure, can you still force yourself to do what is required of you? Is that a better way of explaining it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be muscle failure. The last time Watson threw up.
I didn't.
No, you did.
I didn't. The
You
first one I
ran
threw
out. You ran outside the door. You went. "Ah!"
First one I threw up.
Oh, sorry. That was the first one.
Yep.
And now, see, they had an easy karate sensei before. He didn't push him too far. It was kind of like an easy test. Not me. I do it the old-fashioned way. He's gonna cry.
No, I won't.
This time I'm gonna make you hold a sword above your head. Don't drop it, fuckface! So Watson wants to clear 2 belt ranks. That's all in my.
For the record, this sounds like hazing to me, but
It's not hazing. It's it's like an extreme. It's like an extreme workout, and then it's like, show me what you know.
And it's just a point where I pretend not to be your friend until you achieve what I want you to
yeah, it
do.
sounds like hazing. So, no, it sounds just like hazing. Like, say if you'd pour a bottle of fucking Nikolai down his throat and fucking make him no knowledge, it's the same thing.
I hope you're ready to do your katas. Go, 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 go.
That Vietnamese snake wine. Ugh.
Pedro, you got any New Year's resolutions?
I do. I have 2. One is to make 2018 more about me. In regards to, like, because I put in a lot of long hours at work. Like, as you guys know, normally when I tell you guys I'm getting out at 3, I don't show up till like 7.
Last Jedi night. That was
Yeah,
a
because
rough night.
because you know, either something happens or I'm doing paperwork or I'm staying late, and so my goal in 2018 is to more self-care time, more me time. So that regards, like, you know, hang out with you guys a little more, just kind of taking more time to myself and
like that.
pursuing my hobbies and my passions and stuff like that. And
Anytime I can get more of this big beauty in my life, I like it.
yeah. And then my other resolution is to just travel more. Like, now that I have, like, better days off at work, just to get out and enjoy things more.
Yeah.
Like, so I went, like when we went to State College the other day.
It was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. I'd like to take these little weekend trips and just kind of get out of the area and enjoy life.
We're going to take a real nice weekend trip to Boston here in a
Yeah.
few months.
Right. So, just making, so just traveling more. Like, I'd like for us to go to Jim Thorpe at some point.
Why the fuck would we go to Jim
Why
Thorpe?
wouldn't we go to Jim Thorpe?
The
Have you been
town
there?
named that you would tell. It's
Named after an NFL
man.
running back.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Thorpe. Hey, Jimmy. Did I ever tell you guys that my mom
Yes.
was the fucking, what's his name?
Jim was
Yeah,
fucked
on the
both
show.
eyes.
On
Joe
the show
Theismann,
last
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I said I was going to get pictures of him.
You should. Did you get a picture?
Mom, I did talk to Mom about that. She's going to hook me up with those pictures.
Was it pre-devastating the injury or?
Pretty, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, he was a stud.
Primetime quarterback, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
People don't believe me when I say that. I'm like, I'm going to, like, I know you, I understand why you don't believe me.
So, fun fact about Joe Theismann. The way he pronounces his name is Joe Theismann. But when he was coming out of college and in the running for the Heisman, he changed the pronunciation of his name to make his name more synonymous with the word Heisman.
That's fucking brilliant. Talk about a marketing campaign.
That's what we call an alpha move. Alpha move.
We're going to call our podcast Beer 11 for 9/11. All right.
Well, that joke went over like a fucking...
Wow.
Wow.
All right. So I guess Pedro, it's your topic. Watch
So-
this fucking turd topic
so-
over there.
I saw an interesting debate on Facebook where you remember the whole humbug about the Confederate flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in your eyes, what's your view on traitors?
Traitors.
Yeah, because like when I look at that flag, everyone says it's heritage. To me, it's the flag of traitors.
It is flag traitors.
Like it's a traitorous flag, and it's one of these things. Like I get all the history there, and like I think a lot of these statues down south are monuments to traitors. You look at Charleston, and they have all these statues of all these generals who were very prominent in the Confederacy, and all I see is traitors.
Now, before we go on this topic, Pedro,
But I think
go ahead.
go ahead.
I don't want you to get too worked up because you got brown skin.
That doesn't mean anything.
Just try and stay calm about this topic, all right?
But it's one of these things. Like, should we have all this history that like we're proud of that like they seceded from the Union? Like, I think a lot of this history is important and belongs in the White House of the Confederacy, like on display. But like, I don't think that we should have just prominent statues all over our countries.
Didn't we talk about this before?
Honoring traitors.
We
We did talk about
this
this
exact thing.
But you only view our general opinion on traitors.
Yeah. Because like, do you
I think
consider
I'll
Edward?
step in. I have a very strong opinion about this.
Kill them.
Go ahead.
Kill the traitors.
All right. So, what bothers me most about this every day is the fact that a lot of the modern traitors, to me, that are traitors, are being held as heroes by a lot of people.
Like Edward Snowden.
See, I don't know if you're
You see that? No, that's not really one. I wasn't talking him because I
Technically, I guess.
technically he is. It's kind of hard, and it varies on your opinion. But I'm talking like Bo Bergdahl, Chelsea Manning. Like these people are held up that they're fucking heroes. They did all this shit.
Yeah.
I think they're traitors. They are traitors. I mean, that's
I'm
not,
more of a fan of her relative, Peyton Manning.
But
The Manning brothers.
like to me, and this is from being a soldier.
Yeah.
Like there's a firing squad for that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
There's men died trying to rescue Bergdahl, and then we're fucking around with Manning getting her whatever paid sex change from the United States government during this because she's entitled to it. I have nothing against anybody who wants to do that themselves, but the fact that our government paid for that while this person's on fucking trial, it's traitor, and that fucking pisses me off. And what pisses me off about the Confederate situation is this is all being brought up, and it's in the past when we have prominent issues right now that aren't settled.
Well, because like when it was brought up, like my thing is inherently, like with the flag, I don't really care if people fly it, like it's your freedom of speech. But should it be on government buildings? I don't think so.
I agree with that.
Because again, like
I think it should be on any national battlefield, Civil War
I
battlefield.
agree with that.
Sure.
I think it should be
again.
flown
There's heritage and history
Yeah.
there, but like, should there be fucking high schools named
No.
after these fucking
You see,
traitorous fucks?
that's where I get. Cause
I don't think so.
There are a lot of military installations that are named after Confederate generals. I'd say probably a majority.
Yeah,
of them.
like
And they have raised bills about renaming them all, and I don't think that should be.
I mean, at this point, like, what the fuck would be the point? But my thing is like, should we be, building new statues? Like, does Robert E. Lee need a new fucking statue? I don't think so. Was he a brilliant fucking military mind? Absolutely. And there's things to be said about that. But like, you have to understand, like, weren't a lot of these guys pardoned, or some guys even welcomed back into the government after they swore
That's
loyalty?
weird.
Right. Like, think about that.
It's weird to think about like a civil war happening, and then them just being like, "All right, we're not gonna execute the heads." Like,
Yeah.
well, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get why, because Lincoln wanted to try and negotiate peace. He thought so Lincoln.
They would have been
legitimately-
horrible for the reintegration of the South into the
Lincoln
United States.
generally absolutely did not think the Civil War was ever going to end. So he tried his best to like mend those fences. But I don't want to talk about Civil War or Confederate flag too much, because I think that's just we've beat that topic to death.
Like high school.
Got too many motherfuckers are in Pennsylvania flying the Confederate flag. Stop that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Holy
are you
fuck.
like being a traitor? Like, are you a traitor?
But to answer your question, I don't think we need any more new statues unless they're in museums. So,
Yeah. If it's a battlefield, I feel that the units that fought, even the Confederate units,
absolutely.
their monuments should be upheld. They should be treated with full military honors and everything. And if they want to put new on the battlefields and Civil War sites, by all means. But government buildings,
like if you're going to like Gettysburg and kind of like feel what comes over you, like there's this kind of, it's like overwhelming. You're just
it's very emotional.
Yeah, dude,
So
it'll drive like
jokes.
generally anybody to like.
Well, the thing that I think
like,
is
crazy.
shocking about Gettysburg is that they'll have those blackboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they'll have pictures there of like the massacre and dead bodies. And you because the picture's in the exact same like angle that you're looking, you can picture like all the fucking
It's emotional.
carnage.
Yeah, dude, it hits you hard. Like,
I mean, it doesn't hit me that hard, but
The thing about
I just feel like it's like well,
the thing about
Yeah,
situations like this, it's hard. I guess it's hard for me to label them as traitors because where do we draw that line? Like in another 50 years or whenever, if there's another civil war, in another few months, if there's another civil war, whatever. Like given their reasoning for rebelling against the United States, like what if it's unconstitutional? Like where do we, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like
there's a whole
where's the line of traitor and then standing up for your rights?
Well, see, in my eyes, like any country, any state that would secede from the Union, I view them as traitors. Like,
well, there's a whole because I mean you'd have to assume that like the revolutionaries of America were traitors.
Oh yeah,
but they succeeded,
theory, yeah.
and but you're opening a whole can of worms about psychology and people's own rights. About like, did the people who did 9/11 think they were standing up for their own religious rights?
Yeah, I mean
they did. You know, so like every person has in their mind has their own.
Just what's socially acceptable.
Yeah,
exactly. So and that's a whole other that's a whole podcast worth of topics. But the one thing I wanted to ask you before we talk more about traitors was, didn't Lee himself have like a he like didn't know which side to support at first?
He was the initial. I believe he was the first general they asked to, and he was a colonel at the time.
Yeah.
They asked him to lead the United States Army, and he respectfully declined. And his reasoning was that he did not feel that Virginia was gonna. They had not seceded yet, and it was still up in the air. But he didn't think Virginia was going to side with the United States, and his loyalties lied with Virginia.
Yeah.
If Virginia would have been in the Union, stayed in the Union for the Civil War, he would have remained in the Union.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a lot of respect for the man. I personally, I have respect for anyone in that realm that fought for what they believed in, but him in particular, the way he swayed that, knowing what was the outcome was going to be, and he still did it because that was his set of code, his code that he governed himself with. I really respect that.
But as far as traitors go, bringing it back to the core, what about traitors on like a personal level? You know, like because I think that like politically, you can claim traitors. That happens more. Like that happens. There's more
politicians.
There's more of a gray area with politics and traitors and whatnot. What about like personal traitors? Like one person betraying another. You know, like that type of traitor. Because I think that's a much worse offense.
Oh, absolutely. Because a lot of the times when these betrayals happen, it's a violation of a bro code.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, my opinion on anyone who violates bro code: may his lands be seized, may be tarred and feathered, and we'll act flayed in there. See,
I think you deserve a serious ass beating if you betray somebody close like that. If Pedro, let's say for an instance that me and you bros for a long time, which we have been.
Yeah.
You're dating a girl and I say, hey, I want to fuck that girl. I try to steal her away from you. Girl that you're very much in an exclusive relationship with, that you love very much. And I
the girl that he's even talking to.
Yeah, and I get caught. I think I deserve an ass beating from you. I don't think I could argue against that if I got an ass beating from you. I would never do that, by the way.
I appreciate that. But my thing is, like, with an ass beating, and then what?
See, this is the Batman code. 2 killers don't make a killer. I say, well, you take a bad person out of the world, you're a better person.
Yeah, because, like, you beat the fuck out of him, sure, you feel good, but then do you? Because...
I think so. I really, truly... Like, this is a I get fired up about this because I see Batman sparing the Joker all over these comic pages, right? And I'm like, well, the Joker's killing. He's racked up a pretty good amount of bodies in his career. Let's just end it, you know? Mm-hmm. Just rip his heart out like he did in the original.
Yeah.
Oh no. The original.
Don't you remember?
Killing Joke.
Fan?
The original Killing Joke, Batman rips the Joker's heart out through his chest. He punches through his sternum, grabs his heart, and rips it out. Now, how fucking alpha is that, Watson?
Well, my
This is the beta
because,
now,
like,
bitch.
He by doing that, he's no better than the Joker.
Okay, we'll say that. Well, let's say Batman goes on a killing spree of supervillains now. Mm-hmm. So Batman's whole quote is that if you kill a killer, the number of killers in the world stays the same.
Yeah.
But what about if you kill 5 killers?
Well, then you just become the Red Hood.
And then you become the Red Hood, who, let's be fair, may be a more effective crime fighter than Batman.
I agree with that because I am a huge proponent of
the Red Hood.
Wow, yeah, vigilante justice when justice is not being met. It's a dangerous area, very dangerous area.
Yeah.
But sometimes the law fails.
Well, because my thing is, because everyone's definition of justice is different.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, your definition of justice could be very different than my definition of justice.
But there's things that are just universally bad. Pedophilia, rape, murder.
Yeah.
You know? And then these people...
Kicking someone's dog.
Kicking someone's dog.
That should be punishable by death. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, like...
I always said if someone were to... Because I know a guy at work, someone shot his cat.
Yeah.
From the road, just shot his cat. And he found his cat and it lived. But, like, how evil of a person do you have to do that shit? Like, if I saw somebody that, like, legitimately did something like that to one of my animals, I'd probably kill them. I honestly probably would. I'd take them.
I mean, so...
If I had the opportunity to do so anyway.
But, again, we're getting off track. Pulling this back to personal betrayal. There used to be a time, gentlemen, where someone betrayed you. You went on the street and you pulled your swords out. And you fucking had a duel. And then it went to... You pulled your handguns out and you had a duel. But now it's just like, well, that sucks. I guess I better fucking let go of that.
Yeah.
But you can't. You don't ever get over someone real close to you betraying you.
Yeah, and I agree with that completely.
Whereas if you get to kill a person, if you get to beat the shit out of them, I think that you do get over that a little bit. Like, well, you gotta pay the piper. Roddy Piper.
Yeah, but it doesn't change that action. You just attach a consequence to it.
I think
that would help me.
I think it would help me too. I think, you know, when someone gets away with doing something awful, that feels like an open book. It feels like something...
You never got closure.
You don't get closure.
Like
you don't get finality.
Are you going to keep reeling that fishing rod in for the rest of your years, or are you going to reel in and finally see a fucking hook at the end of it and be like, oh, I reeled in?
Because my thing is, I don't know, like, me, I'm a fairly private person in regards to, like...
Yeah, we know literally nothing about you, Pedro.
Like,
That's 100% true, too, by the way.
It's one of these things, like, you know, I have a lot of friends, but there's, like... There's a limit to what I tell about myself. Like, you know, a lot of people will always be about here, arm's distance. And it's not that I just inherently don't trust people. That's not necessarily the case. I'm just one of those people that, like, I'm just private. Like, unless I need to tell you something or I feel that you should know something, I'm not going to mention it. But my thing is, like, I'm fiercely loyal to my friends. Like, you know, like, I could never imagine, like, you know, just doing something like a loved one of my best friends. Or something.
I don't understand that either. I can't imagine that.
Like, that's not something that I get into. But, like, I don't know, because I've, like, never had my personal, like, trust betrayed because, like, I never let people that close. It's one of those things, like...
Let me in, Pedro. I'm at the door knocking.
But then, like...
Throw that fucking fishing rod out in the road.
But, like, I don't have a reason to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really have anything to hide, per se. Like, I don't have anything, like, I don't want people knowing. Like, if you...
Per se? What the fuck's per se?
I don't know.
But, like, I just don't feel the need, like, for everyone to know, like, every little detail about me.
Yeah.
Because, like, let me ask you guys, what do you guys know about me?
You have a cool dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go into details on camera, everything I know about your page. I feel like it's a little unfair.
I know I know you have a cool dad.
I know a lot about you. I mean, I feel like I know a good. If I
I know
sat
a
here
lot.
and
I don't
thought
know
about,
much about you, Pedro, but I know who you are very well. I think.
I feel like I know a good bit about you, Pedro. I've known you for a long time here, and I feel like if I sat down and made a list, I could come to a pretty good history of Pedro, but I don't want to do that on camera. So I feel like that's unfair.
But sometimes you're like, because it's good to know people, because it's good to know how people's brains work and like how they think. But sometimes that could be a bad thing too. Yeah. Because I don't like being predictable.
And then there's like, why do you keep checking? You just checked the time 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I did.
What are you doing? You bored?
No.
Am I boring you, Watson?
I play tonight, but that's.
Oh yeah, well, get over it, Bucko. You're playing right now. You're on the world stage, Watson.
All right, well, continue. I'm listening. You're making a big deal about it.
I am making a big deal because you hurt me. You betrayed me.
Now you can't label that. Fuck you. I was voted most loyal.
Listen,
Bullshit call.
it still remains to be seen if you betray me in my little RPG that I started with you guys. Because one of you guys is loyal to God, the other one to the devil, and I don't know which one it is.
I think I have an idea.
Update coming soon, boys.
But yeah, stop betraying people. That's bullshit.
Yeah, if you're one of these people and you're gonna fucking cuck your own best friend, dick move. And we have rules for that.
If your full name starts with an S and ends with an E, maybe go fuck yourself.
Say his name. Fuck it. Say his name.
I'm not gonna do
Say his
that.
fucking name.
No, I'm not gonna do
do
that.
it. Say his name.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pull that move.
I'll throw him out there.
I'm not gonna pull that move.
Right, so
Take your fishing line.
Throw
it out
So
there.
other bros know to avoid this fucking piece of shit.
Well,
this fucking motherfucker.
because he's gotten his due. I've drug his name through the mud. And he tried to hit on an ex-girlfriend of mine while I was hanging out with her, and we sent a selfie of us two hanging out to him, and he never talked to her ever again. So I know he knows. So it's okay. It's all good. Do I still get flares of anger when I see him? Mm-hmm. Yes, because I told him if I ever saw him, I would kill him.
Throw his name out there.
I'm not gonna throw his name out there.
How about you rhyme it with something?
Yeah, call his employer. Let him know what he did.
Beef floor. Fuck you, beef floor.
Eeyore?
Or Eeyore.
Eeyore? That fucking bitch.
All right, let's move on.
I know your name, fucker.
We all know his name.
I know your occupation.
I know your occupation.
Let's jump into the old book. I've had a few topics that I want to talk about tonight.
Federal job.
Is it?
Federal job.
Nuh-uh. Why don't we call it? What do we call that play? Why don't we call it job?
Okay. I'm not gonna do that.
USPS.
He's got two jobs actually.
Let's call them both.
Oh yeah, and they're both government jobs.
Yeah, let's call them both.
Okay. Let's move on.
No.
No. He's a non-commissioned officer, and I was a non-commissioned officer.
Isn't that punishable?
No, because they weren't married. But the fact that
fuck him.
As an NCO, you have a very strict set of codes. Like it's an honor to be an NCO, and he did not follow that. Fuck you for that. Like, we have mutual friends, and I talk to you. But fuck you for that, because that's shallow and you tarnish the name of the NCO. So fuck yourself for that. You unprofessional fuck.
Okay, so since now we're diving into this, the thing I didn't understand about that was that like I never gave him a reason to do that. You know,
he's
like
mentally fucked.
Like I treated him as good as I treat you guys. Like we're all super close. Like we go out and do things. We have fun, and
you even gave him a Netflix account.
I even gave him a Netflix account.
You're a fucking D-bag, dude.
Yeah, so, like, I didn't get that.
Yeah, Chrono agrees.
Yeah. He's like,
I think he was calling you a racist.
Chrono the racist.
And, like, that really injured me.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I can say, like, that
wounded you deeply.
It really did. Like, that felt like someone stabbed a knife in my heart, because, not only was I dealing with, do I have to leave my girlfriend, but, like, I just lost my best friend as well.
Yeah,
your best friend? Whoa.
We barely talked back then.
In retrospect, you probably should have left your girlfriend.
Yep. can't deny that.
Yeah, but there's no best friend ground at that point after you did that.
That's not a friend. That is a snake in the grass.
Yeah.
That is a TJ Dillashaw.
That is a TJ Dillashaw. Fuck the Dillashaw.
I thought you liked TJ.
I do like TJ Dillashaw, but that was a fucking bitch move what he did. Not cool.
So, my topic for this week.
Arm systems. What do we have?
We have plenty of time. What time are you getting picked up?
Vicky and I. Vicky's going, so we're leaving.
Who's Vicky?
What time?
Probably 7:30.
We got fucking time for days. Gentlemen, I want to talk about a fun topic. This should be real fun. Your most irresponsible decisions.
Oh. Yeah. I already mean that came to mind immediately.
Go ahead, Pedro.
Well, okay, because like
he's allowed to scratch that. It's okay.
Because like I don't want to sound like a piece of shit, but it's a mistake generally every male in his 20s makes.
Okay.
So me and my best friend Matt, we get the great idea that we're gonna go on a bros only road trip. Bros only. This is why I still have the Cougar. You'll appreciate this.
Oh, I do appreciate that.
I'm listening.
Betrayal.
Shut the fuck up.
So we decide. You know what? We're gonna. Jesus. Can I fucking finish, Chrono?
Can you fucking finish?
Jesus. Fucking. Anyway, so we decide we're gonna take a bros only road trip. We're gonna go to a football game on New Year's Day. We're going to see the Cincinnati Bengals play the Baltimore Ravens.
Two shitty teams.
Go fuck yourself. But then, on the way, we're going to stop in Columbus, go see the Washington Capitals play the Columbus Blue Jackets.
You've told me several times it's like the best vacation you've ever had.
It was, but we did make a very irresponsible decision. So
okay, I'm ready for it.
So we get to Columbus, and somewhere on the line on the way to Columbus, I somehow ripped my jeans. So we had to stop at an outlet, had to buy some new DKNY jeans because this was when I was a fuck and cared about what kind of jeans I wore, and they had to match my Pumas. So I was pretty pretentious back when I was 21. This is pre-league games.
Oh, okay.
So we get to Columbus, and the liquor starts flowing because we go to this bar called 343. All the waitresses were hot,
okay.
and we have this. Well, we had. I don't know about if we still have this, but we have this really bad habit of making it look like we have money when we're on the road because we don't like looking like we're poor.
Classic.
So
Classic
so we're two broke fucks on the road, and we go to this bar 343. Have a couple Jaeger bombs, like 4 Jaeger bombs.
Okay.
A couple buttery nipples.
Okay.
So we're pretty toasty, and we tip way too much money. We had like $100 tab, and tipped like $50 each.
Okay.
So we go to the game, consume more alcohol. A lot of Labatt Blue, and then because I don't know how I didn't ruin my life this night.
Okay.
We still had to go to Cincinnati.
Okay.
Same night?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So we get the bright idea. We're gonna fucking drive to Cincinnati. Super drunk. Probably in retrospect shouldn't have been doing it.
And no, you definitely shouldn't have been doing it.
So and Cincinnati's like 3 hours away from Columbus.
Okay.
And this is on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
So, we drive all the way there. Somehow, there's no checkpoints or anything. So, as a message...
Just...
Hang on. As a message,
okay.
Don't fucking do this because it's super irresponsible. That's why I'm telling this story. But then, we get to Cincinnati, and we go to another bar. Still inebriated. And then somehow make it back to our hotel room fine. But the moral of this story is that could have gone very not fine.
That's several.
That is an irresponsible decision.
That is super. That's probably the most irresponsible thing I've ever done. The best vacation I've ever taken. Go figure.
What about you, Watson? Any irresponsible stories?
I've got a lot of them, but a lot of them I'm not going to share on here.
The most irresponsible thing you've ever done.
Don't drink and drive.
Not going to share on here. I will share a irresponsible thing I've done because for the next few days I'm still going to reap. For 2 more days I reap the fucking consequences
Did you
of
buy
it.
a Nintendo Switch?
No. I let my car insurance expire for 3 days. There was a incident, and long story short, lost my driver's license. Currently don't have my driver's license. I get it back in a second, and it has been hell not having a driver's license.
Sweet accountability.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just bad luck.
No, that's accountability.
Yeah,
It is accountability, but it's also a little taste of bad luck as well.
Now it's kind of basically just justice hitting.
See,
right away.
me, I got really lucky that justice didn't hit me somehow. Not because now that I look back,
It's
on
a
that,
waiting, Pedro. It's a
well, my thing is that's why I'll never do that ever again. My thing is since that day, I've never gotten behind the wheel inebriated like that because that could have went so poorly. And I remember driving my Cougar. They're pretty fast cars.
Yeah.
So, like, just super irresponsible. And I was 21 years old at the time. I could have ruined my career.
Yeah.
Like, easily, like, on the spot.
Yeah.
And, like, somehow didn't. And, like, I'll never understand how that happened, but it's one of those things, like, you learn from it.
Yeah, you do. Unless you're me. Because I keep seeming to do really dumb, irresponsible things. I don't know why I do these things.
Even when I tell you not to do them, you're like, don't be a beta.
No, see, my thing is, like, because the inherent thing as a man, you will always do the opposite of what your fucking friends tell you to do. So if, like, Watson be like, Seth, whatever you do, please do this. You wouldn't do it. Just to fucking spite him. I don't know why men are like that, because me and my best friend, Matt, we were also like this. We're like, bro, you shouldn't do that. Text the next day, guess what I did? And then you regret it instantly. Hi, Michelle.
I've done a lot of irresponsible things. I can't nail the most irresponsible thing I've ever done, because a lot of it has to do with just dumb decisions that build on top of each other, like not getting your car inspected, not getting it registered, not having insurance, and then driving a little intoxicated. Which, if you don't know,
just fucking illegal as fuck.
if I was to hit somebody and kill them at that point,
You're fucked. You're done.
You're fucked. It's completely fucked. Done. Jail time. Like,
Yeah. Loss of license.
Yeah.
Probably lose your job.
That's your least of your worries. Lost of license.
I'm talking if I hit somebody and kill them, that's your jail time. Like,
It's manslaughter.
Yep. So there's that. You know what? I'll say this, because although I still think I'm justified in doing this, it did fuck me for a long time, and that was quitting a job before I had a solid job lined up. And that was at Liberty Mountain. So I quit Liberty Mountain because they were treating me very poorly. I still feel to this day it's a good job to quit. To my friends who watch the podcast that work at Liberty Mountain, fucking leave that place. It's a shithole. It's a dead end. Get out of there.
Except you. You know you are.
The only one of my friends that has actually made a career at Liberty Mountain. You can stay. The other two, get out now. Specifically Elijah and Chris. Just get out. You're never going to make a career at Liberty Mountain. But
Who's Elijah?
who is Elijah?
I don't know that. Who?
A betrayer is who he is. Elijah the betrayer.
You know any Elijahs? I don't know.
I know his chairs. We still have them.
Hey! I still can't believe he hasn't stopped by to pick them up.
No.
That was, E3 was what, 6 months ago?
It was warm out.
Maybe you left them here for next year.
It was July, June. It was early July. So
No,
The day I burnt my leg on my exhaust pipe.
Is that the day? Is that
No,
the
it
day you
wasn't.
fucking convinced him?
that was before I moved in.
Is that the day you convinced him
That
that
was just-
Watson had severe PTSD?
Yeah. Yep.
Great day.
No, you bring like a mic before I moved in.
No, you're talking about when I got hit by the tire. That was before you moved
How'd you
in.
get bite?
I burnt my leg parking to come in when you guys were all playing. It was in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
That was
it
an
after-
E3 time. You were showing.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. I did show you. It was the day I got my gun out and cleaned it, and I went down to KFC.
Yeah.
It was
got
coming
me
back.
the KFC go.
Yeah, it was coming back from KFC, and I parked my bike, and I burnt the fuck out of my leg.
Probably one of the funniest things I ever did was make those guys think Watson had severe PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny.
And he was cleaning his gun and just sitting there, and he was just like, I was just wondering which one of you would drop first. Or what was it?
Yeah, no, that was right. Which one
I
would drop
forget what I
first?
said.
He's like, I was wondering which one of you would drop first if I shot. And I was just like,
He got really
this is
quiet.
fucking amazing.
It was really funny.
Yeah, and who's Chris was down here?
Yeah.
Chris
He said
Austin.
he's like really not into that, so that made it fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I told them Watson's a former Army vet and he has severe PTSD. And then Watson pulls out his gun and starts cleaning it, and I'm like, this is so great.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That was a good couple days.
Because, like,
stressful, but
It's really hard for me to take people seriously. That's
Yeah.
that's an inherent flaw that I have. That's gonna end up biting me in the ass one day. Because like there are very few things I take seriously, and it's like when when he was doing that, I was in there laughing. I'm like, I wonder if it's true. That'd be kinda-
Yeah, because we didn't really know each other
No.
well then.
yeah, because we had started our friendship off on a lie.
which was that your name is Watson.
Get over it. I'm going to tell you now, get over it.
From now on, I'm introducing him to the podcast as Stephen Thompson.
You have to edit that out. You can't reveal the secret.
I can't reveal his true identity.
Yeah, the fuck is wrong with you?
Edit that.
Edit that out.
Edit it out.
The most irresponsible thing I ever did, like I said, if we look at the numbers, probably it was either driving completely
I
illegally.
just thought of the fucking like when he says it, like it'll just go to a cut.
Driving illegally, quitting that job, I will say, just driving in general, you tend to do a lot of irresponsible things because
Like
you think
texting.
you feel safe. You know, like the time I drove over the train tracks, I was looking if there was a train coming.
That's fucking
and I
dumb.
came a quarter second away from dying.
Now, are you a believer in Darwinism?
Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, you go over train tracks. Every train track I've ever been on,
There's never a train coming.
There's
never-
Or there's like lights.
there's
coming to
lights
the
and
door, yeah.
guards. In South Williamsport, near where you live,
Yeah.
there's a recycling area.
Yeah.
The recycling area did not have any guards or anything on it.
How do you not notice a fucking train?
It wasn't that I didn't notice the train. It was that I was blaring my fucking music like I do every time I drive, and I didn't see the guards. I wasn't paying attention. I was just driving over train tracks. I drove over them, and then I stopped to pull because like the disposal things like right next over past the train tracks. Pulled in, stopped, and then a train flew right by, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Because like me, like anytime I go over train tracks, I'm looking for a fucking train. 'Cause that's not the way I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm not going out. I'm not going out like that.
I too look for trains when I'm crossing the track on which they ail.
Yeah.
Yeah, like normally, when we're driving to State College, and I noticed we almost merged into a semi.
Yeah.
Didn't care because I was passenger side. Sorry, Watson.
Yeah. I think we all do, especially because we're all in our 20s. We've done a lot of irresponsible things.
Well, it's one of these things like you just have to learn from them, and because even when we get into our 30s, you're gonna make irresponsible decisions. Like it's gonna happen, but like you don't make those fucking major ones where like it'll affect other people or your livelihood. I hope. So like me like now with doing what I do, I can't.
Holy fuck.
The fuck was that? Sounded like a can opener.
This is very strong whiskey, by the way.
I haven't taken a sip of it, but there we go. But just like you have to be responsible in regards to like what you do, because like the worst thing you could ever want to do is like do something so stupid that you affect your livelihood.
It ruins your life, yeah.
Because like it's very hard to bounce back once you ruin your life.
It really is. And I came dangerously close to that, Pedro. Mm-hmm. I came dangerously close to that.
So me, Nate, and Jeremy have a pretty fun story.
That's really fun. I'm just
of elite games that like we all drunkenly at some point had sex in that front window. If you remember the Lewisburg Elite games.
Oh, the big bay window?
Yeah.
Oh. That's weird. It's a really weird thing to do.
Why is that weird?
Because it was right into the street.
That's voyeurism. That's the best part.
I feel like I could have shut Elite Games down real quick.
No,
Talk about irresponsible decisions.
No, speaking of irresponsible things we've done at Elite Games,
just a Lewisburg paper. Men keep having sex at Elite Games window. So he shuts that shit down.
So there was a lot of the time me, Nate, and Corey we'd be normally drunk by about noon, because you remember the Lewisburg store? You remember that there was a...
Do I remember the Lewisburg store? Pedro, we were, aside from the people that owned it, the two highest people in that company.
So, there was a liquor store literally across the street.
Okay.
So, normally we'd make Corey go and get booze, and half the times we did transactions very drunk.
That's really funny, actually. That's super fucking funny.
Because, you'd work... I'd open, I'd be, work 10 to 7, be fucking drunk by noon, and then get off shift at, 7, then go down to the Bull Run and be...
I was always jealous of you guys, because I felt like you guys had the better end of the deal.
Yeah.
Aside from Lewisburg, where I just got ghetto people and constantly. I actually had my Naton bows hidden next to the register. I was like, I'm going to have to beat somebody at some point. Like, these guys would come in, they throw shit, they get all pissed off. We used
to have so much fun. And whenever there'd be, this is probably a terrible thing to say, but whatever. Whenever there'd be, because Lewisburg has Bucknell, there's some good looking women.
We call them biddies.
Yeah. So whenever a biddy would walk in, we had a code word or code phrase, and we would just be like, we don't know why it was this, but like someone would just go, "How about those Mets?" And
how about those Mets?
And like clockwork, two people would emerge from the back and be like, "Oh yeah, those Mets, they lost last night, but I think they're gonna win tonight." And just the whole time you'd be drunkenly scoping out women.
Huh. It was a good time. Elite Games was a good time until it wasn't.
Until until a certain DK ruined it.
Until a certain DK ruined it. We're going to talk about Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Drink it, Pedro.
Oh, that is strong.
Drink
Is
it.
that the Duke?
Yeah.
Woo.
It's very strong whiskey.
You like it, though?
Bourbon.
Yeah, it's bourbon. Good bourbon.
Watson had his first old fashioned the other day, and I felt bad because she made a fucking awful old
Oh,
fashioned.
speaking of, was it down where we were the other week? Yeah, the lady who fucking gave me shit for my ID. That
Nah, it was a
you
rookie bartender.
Fuck.
Is there something you would like to throw?
Some fucking shade.
Oh, I don't think we did that last episode either.
Yeah,
we
we
haven't.
did.
Did we?
We always throw shade.
This is the first time we've thrown shade this time,
So-
and that's unacceptable.
So
I have some shade to throw too.
So me and Seth, we go down. What bar was it again?
Old corner.
Old corner.
We go down to a bar
By
in
the
Lock
way-
Haven called the Old Corner.
This girl, I love this girl.
Jury's still out
Jury's still up.
because I'm drink. We had just gotten done filming. It was the Mad Elf episode.
Oh, that was a rough night. That was a rough night.
Yeah, 'cause we were pretty-
Watson, can you grab that, Greg? We're about to tell a story. Can you grab the orange glass up top? Please.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So, we do the most recent episode of 2 Beers and a Whiskey, and I surprised the boys. I'm like, we're gonna do Mad Elf this episode, boys. Yeah.
You ain't surprised. You fucking cursed us.
So with the Mad Elf episode, what is Mad Elf, like 11% alcohol?
Yeah, it's rough.
So we had Mad Elf, Four Loko. We had, for some reason, I remember drinking mead. I'm trying to think what else. But we had we consumed a lot of alcoholic beverages that night.
Mm-hmm.
And where the fuck did you? What?
Did you just? What the fuck's he doing?
What are you? I sat on my nuts
Oh,
last
God.
episode. Can you really judge him at this point?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I forget where the fuck Watson went.
He went
Where'd you go?
to was it a show?
Probably a show, yeah.
Was it?
I feel like it couldn't have been. You were gone. That was way too late.
Yeah, you got back super late.
Or was I going hunting? I was going hunting.
Yeah, you went hunting.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then so we get done filming the episode. Me and Seth are pretty drunk, and I think this is the most drunk Seth has ever seen me, or he's ever seen me drunk. And one thing about me was when I get drunk, I become the king of really bad ideas. So I'm like, hey,
I wish
Seth.
to see this, Pedro.
It's like, hey, Seth.
It's a sight to see.
Seth, I'm hungry. You're hungry. What are we gonna do for food? So we went from ordering pizza, but then someone suggested Domino's, and I was having none of it.
He's all about that, Pedro.
Yeah, I know he is. And then
He doesn't like that good pie.
he goes, well, we could go down to the Old Corner and get food.
Jokingly, by the way.
And again, he doesn't know how I get when
You
I'm
joked, but it's what you wanted.
but he doesn't know how I get when I get drunk, because at that point I'm like, you know what? Let's go down to the Old Corner. Let's go. So
Not gonna be a bitch about it.
yeah. So for some reason I had the great idea of wearing shorts. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, so we walk all the way the fuck down to the Old Corner. It was like 15, 20 degrees out.
Probably.
It was fairly cold. We walk all the way down to the Old Corner, and we meet his bartender that he fancies. And, she's never seen me, so I get it, pull my ID out.
Yeah, she didn't card me at all.
Yeah, she didn't card him, but she cards me. I'm like, all right.
She doesn't card me.
It's cool. I get it. I'm not from these here parts. I get it. So I pull out my.
There's just something different
Yeah.
about you than there is.
So I pull out my ID and hand it to her. She's like, "Can I see another form of ID? It's a dupe." I'm like, I look at something. Is fucking serious? So I oblige her. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling cooperative. So I pull out my work credential because it has my photo on it, my name and everything, and I get this super weird look.
Yeah, she stared at Pedro for a solid 2 seconds. And it doesn't sound like a long time. When you make eye contact,
Going like this?
when you stare at somebody for 2 seconds, it's really awkward. I don't know what that was.
Right.
I have no idea to this day what that was.
Because there's very few.
Maybe she resided there at one point.
I hope, and I hope it didn't go well. But
Jesus.
it's my thing is it was one of
She
those.
doesn't watch this.
I hope she does. You should tell her which episode we're watching. It's my thing is it was there's very few people who look identical to me. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Especially in this area, because there's just something different about you.
So that's why no one could ever steal my debit card and when it says CID on it and stuff like that. You're gonna look at it wait a minute. But
I only did that one time. I only wrote on my credit card CID one
I do it all
time.
the time.
And you know what? Never got.
No, they never check.
Yeah, and that's how you can be a real prick about that if you want to. But
Yeah.
moving on. So, she just gives me this super weird look, and it was just really uncomfortable. But then she swerves us Because then we have some great conversation.
Oh yeah,
If you remember that conversation.
No, I wasn't there. I was out.
No,
vaping.
you were there.
I was out vaping. I came back and you guys were chatting the fuck up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
was
like,
she your friend then?
Yeah, then we became friends.
and
Then why are you throwing shade?
Because that was fucking weird.
well, I mean,
But you became friends, so you forget.
throwing
you
shade does not necessarily mean I hate this
Yeah,
person.
no. You're just calling them out on your bullshit. Kind of like when I give you guys shit when you say something really stupid. Like I expect you guys do to me. But,
Pedro
like,
calls me out a lot. I feel real rough when he calls me out because I love
maybe
Pedro
because you say
so
a lot of
much.
stupid shit.
Maybe.
I'm kidding.
No, she's cool. I really don't like to go to that bar even when she's not even working. There's another guy there that's really cool, but she makes
Gray-haired guy.
yeah, he's cool too.
Yeah.
When I tell you, Pedro, she makes the best old fashions.
No, they were good.
Did you have no?
Yeah.
We had old fashions.
Motherfucker, I had it $45 bar time.
You ever hear that chemical compound crocodile that they use instead of heroin? They use gasoline to make it. I'm pretty sure that's what we were given the other day when I had my old fashioned.
We had old-fashioned.
This
Jaeger
motherfucker
bombs.
used cherry margarita mix to make an old fashioned.
Oh, wow.
Also, a really good girl. I like her a lot. I played music with her, but
Throwing some
fucking
shade.
shade. Stop
Don't
swerving
tell
my
me you
boy.
can make a drink if you can't.
to be
make
fair,
it.
she's like, be honest with me. Steph's like, it's not bad, and I'm like,
it's not that bad. I'm like, it's a little strong.
it was more than a little strong.
Because
it
at
was
that point-
pure strong.
At that point, you have a responsibility to make sure she doesn't fucking ruin someone else's night.
That fucking drink could have entered the strongman competition.
But that night led to more shenanigans.
More shit. First off, we had a lot of drinks that night.
Yeah, we did.
Had my first Jaeger bomb with Pedro.
Uh-huh.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
They're fun.
I want to try an Irish car bomb.
But the guy fucking made him wrong, though.
Did he?
Because, like, you're supposed to drop a fucking shot glass, and it's almost like taking a sake bomb.
Well, they have those glasses,
Yeah.
too, that are made for them, where they
Yeah.
have the center.
Yeah.
He didn't give us.
Yeah, he didn't give us that. And Seth spilled water.
Had those
I
up
did.
there. I had my first one, actually, this year, too, a couple of weeks ago at the Penn State tailgate.
Good time.
Fucking delices.
But, like, tell the next story.
So, it gets pretty late. We meet a lot of good people. We have a lot of good conversation. We had a good time at
That's
the
a pretty
bar.
popular guy that night.
Hey, you're a good guy.
You are, though, but there's something different about you.
Don't let people gravitate attention towards you for a certain reason. I don't know what it is.
So sorry.
But now we have to walk back. And
that's the
it's
worst.
cold. It's 2 a.m. We're walking back. We're drunk as fuck. Now,
Were you at least warm drunk?
Yeah. I don't remember being cold on the way back.
None. I mean, no. Yeah.
Someone's watching our podcast.
That's definitely not our problem.
No, that's not our problem.
It sounds like us.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, we're walking back. We're warm drunk. We're all fucked up. And remember that story I told? It would have been a few episodes ago about me exploring an old abandoned building and a pigeon flying above my head. So we're walking back. We walk past that. And I'm like, oh, Pedro, that's the alley where that building is. He goes, oh, really? And we start walking back. I'm like, oh, I'll show him where it's at and whatnot. And I see the door. And I'm like, oh, it's closed. And Pedro walks over and goes, oop. And the door opens. And he goes, well, we got to go in. So at that point, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. So there's like some crackhead in here. It's cold outside. They're looking for shelter. Like I really
They're gonna
thought,
fucking stab you with a used needle.
I really truly like thought we were gonna have to trade some hands with some crackheads when we were in there. And I'm like, no, there's no way. But
They're looking at you. You on my turf, man? Scratching their fucking neck.
But then Pedro, being Pedro, started calling me out on it. It's like,
Did you call him a beta?
and I was like, well, fuck it, let's go. So I turned the flashlight on my phone. We started exploring this old bar from the 1880s, I think, is when it was built originally. Because Lock Haven's an old town. There's a whole giant, like,
Also known
history
as
of it.
trespassing.
Also known as trespassing.
That
So
you're
we're
confessing on the internet.
we walk into this bar, and it's so fucking cool. And I'm walking around, like, it had just recently caught fire. Like, it's shut down. It's been no, I don't think this caught fire. The building next to it caught fire. But this bar's been closed for 50 some odd years, I think. And, like, it's fallen down. Like, it's completely abandoned. But we walk in, we're exploring the rooms, and then we'll get into the main room, and the bar is still there, Watson. The bar's still there. The bar stools are still there. The kitchen's still intact. Like, so I walk in, and I see this whiskey glass sitting on the bar. or maybe it was the kitchen.
That's some homeless guy used. He's like, "Where's my fucking pisser at?"
And I was looking at that, and I was like, "That's mine." And I stepped up my coat pocket, and here it is, this cool ass whiskey glass that you can tell is from like the 60s or the 70s, probably. Like it's gold or orange, or whatever the fucking old color is.
Made in China.
Of course, that's where fucking everything's made.
Not in the 70s. This is new.
Well, probably close to whenever that bar closed down, but I didn't get it for the history. I got it for the relic. You know, like, this is a glass from a bar that is 100 years old or whatever. So, it doesn't even say made in China. It has just a J on the bottom of it. What the fuck are you talking about?
And number 3.
That
So?
means China.
It means China. 3 is China.
Yeah,
Synonymous.
What the fuck?
They're synonymous.
So we're walking through, like, we're exploring this old bar. We're going through all the rooms. Pedro eventually starts being a beta and being like, "We should get out of here. Let's leave."
I was bored. There's nothing in there.
I was fucking fascinated.
I thought we were gonna. Well, you didn't want to go in the fucking basement. That's why. All right, let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, there's a basement. I was not.
I'm like, let's go
going
down.
to
And you're like, no,
fucking
all right, let's fucking leave.
Fuck that. I was like, because like, first off, wooden staircase.
So?
In an abandoned building, you don't walk on a fucking wooden staircase. You know how long that motherfucker's been rotting. Second,
It was a bar a few years ago. It'll be fine.
it wasn't a few years ago. That bar closed a long time ago.
Not that long ago, man. It was open like when we were kids.
Watson,
Like-
we're 24 years old.
Like 10 years, but it's not gonna rot in 10 years indoor. You're fine.
If you saw the shape of the inside of this bar,
I would have gone down with Pedro, and you would have stood up the
Okay,
top of beta as
we
ever.
will take a fucking field trip and we'll go
go.
in. And if you saw the shape of this bar and how literally everything was falling apart and falling down, like there's rooms we couldn't get to because the fucking floor beams had fallen in front of them. Like it was like straight up fucking Resident Evil video game. Like, you don't understand.
It was pretty cool.
You gotta see there. Like, there was no floor left because the floor was all gone and we were walking on mud. Like, this was not your typical abandoned building. This was a fucking shithole. Anyway, back to the point. It was fucking awesome. We got to walk through the kitchen. We walked into the bar. The bar stools were still there. Like, it was almost like the apocalypse had happened. That's what I was in my mind. I was like, this is just like a fucking scene from The Last of Us. Like, we're walking through, exploring this old ass bar. Like,
Your imagination got the best of you. You were scared to go in the basement.
I guess we have to go in the basement now. We have to make another trip out of
You
this.
were afraid.
We'll make another trip out of it. I'll go to the basement with you motherfuckers.
Oh, so we're in a trespass again?
Am I bringing a weapon with me? Probably.
Yeah, Watson.
Because now it's even more cold out and there's a higher chance of crackheads in that place. But hey,
Oh, Watson's gonna bring a gun. It's fine.
I don't know.
I'm probably not going to for trespassing. Trespassing with a deadly weapon. No, I'm not
I don't
gonna
want
do
Watson.
that.
Well, we have a second degree black belt. It's cool.
I
He's
feel
gonna
like,
bitch out though. We'll be in the basement and be
You
like,
know
I
what?
really want to go down.
I'm
but-
just going to throw some shade.
Is it gonna be at Watson?
Betas don't.
Oh, I'm
get
sorry. I guess
shade.
it's just me throwing some shade this week.
Is it at Watson?
No, it's at my fucking karate style for making badges that say black belt on them that are $70.
$90.
$90,
They
sorry.
charge you for the badges?
Yeah, they're optional.
They're like steel badges. They actually look pretty cool, but it's a money racket.
Well, you get them like tattooed on you, like fucking.
They're
That's
metal
decent.
badges that you put in your wallet that you...
That's
I'm a
fucking
black belt.
douchey as shit.
Yeah!
Wow.
I watched that. I was like, "There's not a fucking chance in hell I'm paying $90
Because like, why would you want to advertise that? Like, I thought you're supposed to.
Exactly.
Because like I thought like you know karate teaches discipline, humility.
Exactly.
It would be a cool thing to put like in a fucking display box with your shit.
Yeah, sure.
No,
But
it's
not-
not.
but-
It's
I
not
think it
cool.
would be. It's
It's
like up in a case.
badges are for people that
Need
require
that, yeah.
them. But like, if you're making a badge and being like, "I'm a secondary black belt," that shows so much fucking hubris.
Oh,
and
I'm not
cockiness. And I'm like, fuck everything about this.
I think in a shadow box would be fine, but to carry it around, yeah, that's the ultimate douchiness. You alright, Pedro?
Yeah, we're good.
By the way, I saw 2 people wearing jackets with our logo on them the other day at
Yeah.
Walmart.
With your logo on.
Old people, yeah.
I would like. Can you find out about getting shirts up
Yeah.
there? Because I
I can get shirts past Slopa.
Yeah, if we can do that, because I don't have a shirt and I would love one.
We would look at shirt, a jacket,
I would like
a
it all.
sports jacket.
Probably not a sports jacket. No, maybe a sweatshirt and a regular shirt.
Okay. Next time I see Mashlop, I'll ask him about it. But there was some other shade I wanted to throw. Oh, I want to throw some last throw in some shade. Thank you guys for joining me this time.
Pedro had a
Slow people at the self-checkout area in supermarkets.
These fucking people.
I went to get a fucking Rockstar at Wise before we got the Sam Adams, And I thought, I'll just go grab a Rockstar real quick and walk in the self-checkout, and it'll be all good. I sat there for minutes, gentlemen. I sat there for minutes while people just fucking were like, beep, 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 moving as slow as they fucking can. Now, normally you go to a self-checkout because it's faster. If you have a few things, you can just boop, 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 get out of there, get done. You have to wait in line. Because for whatever fucking reason, there's still people that don't go to self-checkout. Whoever goes to a cashier, go fuck yourselves. Although, cashiers need a job. You can find a job somewhere else. But go fuck yourselves about going to a cashier because you need to grow up.
Well, I mean, if you're a cashier, you may want to look at a new line of work because it's like just a matter of years before
Especially if you're at like a supermarket like Walmart or
it's a matter of time before Amazon Fresh puts you out of a fucking job.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video? It's generally terrifying.
Yeah. Also,
think of all those people who are now unemployed.
Amazon Prime Pantry, something we need to look into.
Oh yeah, dude, get TP delivered every month.
Well, we don't.
Okay,
Pedro.
Do you know who makes fucking TP?
You know who makes
TP?
No. These guys.
Because you two fucks, you make the TP. Where's the love? I don't get TP.
You haven't asked us for it.
You haven't offered.
Well, ask because we don't get it free.
Yeah, but you get it at a discounted rate.
Yeah, well, let us.
Heavily.
We can't talk about this on camera. We're not going to get Pedro any toilet paper from the.
What do you want, Pedro? You want toilet paper? You want paper towels?
Actually, that's a firing offense.
No, it's not. It's only firing if you sell it.
Wait, what?
Just went through HR.
Oh.
Yep. You can have it at double the profit. JK.
But just saying, you two fucks.
Hey, I would like to throw in my segment. I'll throw in some shade.
Yeah.
Throw in some shade. Alright, it's kind of in the line with what you're saying, but it's not. Alright, in the morning when I go to get my shit before I go to work, like I want some energy drinks, maybe a bag of chips before I go to work. These motherfuckers that at 6 a.m. there's a line of people trying to get to fuck to work. It's a good time to buy lottery tickets.
I hate these.
Oh, these fuckers.
And stand there at the fucking register and scratch them off.
And scratch them off.
Literally leave there at that register for more than 5 minutes.
All right. Also, let's throw some shade at the cashiers who let them do that.
Well, what are they going to do?
Know as betas.
Say, no, that's not. I was a cashier. You say, sir,
fuck out of the way.
Can you please move so I can take care of that customer? And then they fucking move because they're like, oh, wait, there's 20 people behind me, and I'm being an asshole.
Yeah. Because,
fuck those guys.
There's a gas station that is a huge offender of this. It's twofold. Because, have you seen the gas stations now that people are just hanging out in now with the fucking gambling machines?
No.
Oh, my...
Talking about, the gambling machines like Sheets?
Yeah, but no.
No, they're like in fucking Sunoco's.
No, they're like the touchscreen things you go...
Dude.
So, like my Flying Jack.
Yeah, so, this was when I was going to... My best friend Matt was visiting. This is actually a time where he made a very poor decision, but we're going to do an MLS game. We're going to see Major League Soccer. And so we're on a time frame. We have to get to New York, then get to Paterson, New Jersey. So we're on a tight schedule. Got to meet timelines.
Okay.
So I'm going to get gas and some breakfast chicken because it's tradition.
Breakfast chicken?
Yeah, breakfast chicken.
Whoa!
Is where he's gonna stop?
Fucking whoa, buddy! Slow your
off.
Fucking roll. Slow your fucking
Drink your
roll.
fucking beer, Waz.
Anyway, so
Dick.
we're trying to we need to be on 80 by minimum 10 o'clock. So we get to the gas station. It's 9:45. We're trying to get gas, get breakfast chicken.
You guys are cutting it pretty short.
Well, normally this is a 5-minute transaction. Normally you're good to go. But no. We have these fucking people. This is also in New Columbia, Pennsylvania. If you people are interested in the breakfast chicken, fantastic. It's like the shitty gas station chicken, but it's great.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
You're really not selling us well.
Listen, boys. When we make trips, we will stop for breakfast chicken. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
You think I'm kidding?
I don't understand. Where are we stopping at?
You have to say it like your people natively do. The breakfast chicken.
Give me your story, Pedro, please.
You fucking amateurs done. Anyway, so I go in. I use my debit card to get gas. I go in. I just want my fucking breakfast chicken. Fucking Johnny Hee Haw and cousin Clint or fucking they are buying lotto tickets. And these motherfuckers, they're buying Powerball tickets. Should be, bada bing, bada boom, should be easy. This transaction takes 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
20 minutes.
I can feel the rage in your voice.
Oh, I know.
like,
Nothing pisses me off as much as this. That's
because, and then, but then, like, these people start talking about things that are irrelevant. They start talking about their families and their kids and other kids doing in softball. No one fucking cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. People, if you're at a gas station and you want to have a conversation about something irrelevant no one gives a fuck about except you, and probably the cashier doesn't, but you probably know him for some dumb reason, move to the fucking side.
Please.
Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Because when somebody inevitably snaps on you, like I did, and say, "Can we speed this up?" And you're like, "I'm talking about my daughter."
You know what?
And like my response was like, "I wish she would have been swallowed."
You know the funny thing is that I wouldn't have believed you
Those are
said
fighting
that
words.
until the last 6 months. Like the rage I've seen you exhibit in public spaces makes me believe that was a real thing that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Now, I don't know if that's a product of me growing up in the city where people like don't do that shit. Like people,
that's what that is.
You go to the fucking register, get your shit, get the fuck out.
That's
like,
small town Pennsylvania. Everyone knows everyone.
But why? You think in small town Pennsylvania you would know everything about everyone anyway? And with the advent of fucking Facebook, you don't need to have these conversations.
The cultural.
It's good to have these conversations, not in that context.
Yeah, no, you fucking do that on your own time. Do that.
You know what's almost?
Don't do that shit on my time.
What's almost as bad as that though?
Motherfucker.
Is tobacco sales, where the cashier has no fucking idea what tobacco is.
Up, left, down. I
hate that shit.
Either left, further left. This one. No, not that one. The one above it. No,
I would like the Marlboros NXTs. Oh, what color is that package? I'm sitting there behind with my fucking snacks. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
So, because my thing is like, would it kill you to know where the fuck your product is?
Exactly.
Would it fucking kill you to
familiarize yourself with what's on the fucking wall?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, how fucking hard is it to understand what the fuck you do for a living? Like, it's common sense. That's like working in a field where like people speak a different language and knowing nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like say if you work in fucking Texas and you're a fucking CO or a cop, learn a little bit of fucking Spanish, dumbass. Like,
well, I'm not gonna do that.
But like, but that's the thing. But like, you have to. People who don't like familiarize with themselves with their jobs. Like, imagine if you knew nothing about your fucking job. Like,
well,
if you
Seth doesn't really have to imagine.
It's kind of reality, apparently. But or like.
It's not important. I just
it's the most irritating thing in the fucking world, though. That's like going to a waitress, because I've seen you fucking do this, where you're like, "How's this taste?" I'm like, "Seth, is she gonna tell you anything other than good?"
Hopefully.
No.
I'll be like, "How's the cheesesteak in here?"
They're gonna fucking tell you.
Actually, around here, a lot of times you'll get I'm not a big fan of that. I like this.
Yeah, and those are called fireable employees. But my thing is like. I just feel like those questions like that, like, what are they going to tell you? What do you think?
I put myself in their shoes because, Pedro, we've worked in public service, and I'm like, well, if I ask somebody has a cheesesteak and she lies to me, she's just not going to get a good tip. Like, if the cheesesteak's fucking terrible.
Right, but then, like, my thing is, like, don't work in a field where you rely on the kindness of other people.
That's true, too.
Just saying.
Drop the mic.
Just fucking saying.
Do we have any love to toss?
I have some love to toss.
Toss some love.
I'm kidding. It's not love, but I think it's funny anyway.
All right.
So we had 8 minutes, by the way.
So I told you, that I could bathe in the tears of fucking Steeler fans for days. So recently they lost to the most handsome quarterback in football, otherwise known as the GOAT, otherwise known as
Tom Brady.
Yeah,
okay. I can name 5 other quarterbacks right now that are better than Tom Brady.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
All right, let's not get into this. Just
but my thing is like, so Steeler fans, so in Pennsylvania, Steeler fans are very prevalent. I get it, historical team. But where Steeler
best
fans,
team of all time,
debatable. Where Steeler fans get a lot of hate is when their team sometimes gets a lot of favorable calls.
Oh,
hang on, shut your fucking mouth, baby. Daddy's talking.
Are you talking about that bit of justice that got?
Yeah, that bit of justice, because the other team that seems to get fucking these kind of crazy calls their way are Tom Brady, or the Patriots and Tom Brady. So like recently,
You mean like when they cheat and they don't get any consequences?
that's because someone snitched. It's cool.
When maybe they have deflated balls.
Listen, okay, because
Let's not get into this because this is gonna take fucking.
No, we're gonna get into this because they would have blown the Colts out anyway. So I don't understand. Like, oh, you would have lost by fucking 10 instead of 40. My bad. But anyway, like, so the Steelers, their tight end Jesse James, Penn State alum. So this even makes it even sweeter to me because people love Penn State like it's their own family. I don't understand. Like, you just root for mediocrity to slightly above average every year.
Holy fuck!
But
Go Huskies!
anyway, so Jesse James apparently catches the football. Looks like he breaks the play into the end zone, but he doesn't. He was fucking down. His knee was down. So when you don't break the play in the end zone, you're fucking down. So Steeler fans are crying conspiracy theory. Like, oh, the NFL's against us. And, like, there are times throughout NFL history you can pinpoint where the Steelers have benefited from a fucking BS call. So we're going to go 2005, the Super Bowl against the Seahawks, where Ben Roethlisberger clearly was not in the fucking end zone. They gave him the TD anyway.
The old TD.
No, hang on. And then you have the immaculate reception from back in the 70s, where it's clearly the ball hit the fucking ground. Franco Harris somehow picks it up and runs for a TD. Clean. Apparently. And mind you, the fucking 70s Steelers that everyone fucking likes to jerk off about were all on steroids, but no one talks about that. We don't talk about that. Just like we don't talk about Ben Roethlisberger rape cases. Or we don't talk about Le'Veon Bell.
He was
smoking.
never convicted.
It's still alleged. That's still disgusting. And it's like, we don't talk about Santonio Holmes and fucking Le'Veon Bell just smoking weed all the fucking time. Or James Harrison beating his wife. Or all these other things we just sweep under the rug because, oh, wait, the Steelers won today. But the minute a call doesn't go the fucking Steelers' way, we're going to cry about it.
Fucking good.
And that's why every NFL fan ever loves to see Steeler fans angry.
They're a good team.
Huh? We're not denying that.
I'm not even an NFL fan, and I love.
No one's ever denying the Steelers being like a quality franchise. It's the fans no one likes.
The number one, the Steelers have more fans than any other team in the NFL.
That's a lie.
Steelers have the best players in the NFL.
That's also a lie. But it's one of these things. Like, unfortunately, as a microcosm of America, you know the most popular team in America? Can you guess it?
Steelers.
Cowboys.
No, Cowboys. And what's the funny thing about the Cowboys?
They suck.
But America accepts mediocrity. And that's like a microcosm of our country, if you really think about it.
If Ben Roethlisberger...
Because America's team has not won a playoff game since before you two were fucking shot out and fucking, fertilized the egg.
If Ben Roethlisberger had a throw-off with Tom Brady...
He would lose.
He would fuck him to death.
Yeah, without consent.
That's funny.
Well, that's a joke.
Allegedly.
That's
Allegedly.
a joke I can't defend.
Yeah, Robert, fuck you, by the way. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay.
So we're tossing some love at Robert because I want to bathe in his
You also
tears.
want to toss some love at the creators of Mountain Dew.
So, Pepsi?
We don't know that. I don't know the history of Mountain Dew. All I know is it's a delicious beverage. That Watson seems to
Hey,
like.
grab that one.
That Watson seems to like the worst version of.
That's the worst version.
Oh, it's fucking dying!
Yeah, that's the worst version.
But of the regular Mountain Dews, Code Red's the
beta
worst.
bought that?
I did. It was in the regular Mountain Dew slot at work, and I clicked on it.
And you
it came
drank over half of it.
Well,
I
at that point,
tried.
at that point,
I tried.
At that point, he's got to get his fucking money's worth. At that
Yeah,
point.
I couldn't finish it though. It's disgusting.
But
Have
the
you
funny
ever had
the funny part is about Diet Dew. Great with Canadian Club. Just saying.
it? No, it's fucking disgusting.
No. Try it
No,
with fucking
I'll
Canadian.
never try that again.
I'll make you try it.
It should.
T-ball challenge.
That is the most vile substance. Like I don't know who.
So where would you rank it above bread?
I would. Bread's better than Diet Mountain Dew. Anybody who's gonna drink fucking Diet Mountain Dew, it's like, oh, I like Mountain Dew, but I want a healthy alternative. It's still not fucking healthy. This is slowly killing you. That's why we love it.
You know what's really weird? People who drink diet soda are really fucking stupid anyway because it has more sugar in it.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Tossing some fucking shit at you dipshits.
On that note, let's end this podcast since Watson has other important shit to do. Well, that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. And you're welcome.